Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. Honey Fund. The majority of contestants that we see on the show are trying to get their newly fledged businesses off the ground, but Sarah and Josh Mogolis had been trying hard for the past 8 years. Their honeymoon registry service, Honey Fund, was well established, but they needed some serious cash to take the next step. After explaining the concept to the Sharks, the couple were left anxious as Lori Greiner and Mark Cuban passed. Both Robert Herjavec and Barbara Corcoran picked up the slack though, and opened their checkbooks, but it was Kevin O'Leary who managed to seal the deal. Mr. Wonderful proposed a $400,000 investment for 1/3 of the company's revenue until he made 3 times what he put in. Although Josh was nervous, believing that it was too good to be true, his wife made the decision for them both and agreed. The partnership proved to be a fruitful one, taking Honey Funds from $200 million a year to $514 million. Now they're launching a travel gift card and working with retailers to broaden their horizons. It hasn't always been easy though, with a couple putting in near to 100 hours a week while still trying to raise their young family. But hey, at least the kids love college funds.
Well, before we knew it, in October 2011, Wicked Good Cupcakes was born.
Wicked Good Cupcakes. When most of us think of cupcakes, we think of grabbing one from a coffee shop or whipping up a batch in our kitchen, right? It's difficult to imagine that 2 people have managed to turn these little sugar bombs into a multi-million-dollar business, but that's exactly what Tracy Noonan and Danny Valachi did with a little help from a shark. The mother-daughter duo didn't know what to expect when they walked into the tank with their novel cupcake in a jar idea. Tracy would later admit to being so nervous before she faced the panel that her legs were weak. Most of the sharks passed up on the opportunity, but Kevin O'Leary proposed a novel idea: $1 for every jar sold until he got back his $75,000 investment back. Then, 50 cents per jar after that. The trio shook hands, but both Danny and Tracy were still apprehensive about what the future held for them. Although it was slow at first, after their episode aired, the sales went through the roof, bringing in $250,000 in sales in less than a week. Since leaving the show, the business had continued to grow from strength to strength. Now Wicked Good Cupcakes have a brand new production facility in Massachusetts, and they're planning on getting a bunch of food trucks too. The pair admit they've had to learn how to work together as partners, and not as mom and child. But look at what you can do when you have some flour and a dream. Inspirational. Grease bags. It doesn't sound like a particularly appealing name for a product, does it? Lantingellen at Newsom had no big plans to appear on the show with her products, but one day she applied on a mere whim. Her product was certainly niche, as compostable bags for disposing of kitchen grease isn't exactly something you see every day. When she got the call to appear on the show, Newsom was nowhere near ready, but she gave it a shot anyway. Luckily for her, she managed to strike a deal with Barbara Corcoran, who asked for 50% of $75,000. That's where Newsom's luck ended though, as they never managed to put pen and paper and sign on the dotted line. The pair were finishing up the negotiations off camera when Barbara ran the numbers and wanted the entrepreneur to cut the price of grease bags. Newsom didn't believe that she could do that without eating into the profit margin, so the pair agreed it was best to walk away from each other. After the episode aired, there was a surge in orders, but as the deal hadn't been made, Newsom couldn't keep up and left a lot of customers angry. Still, she says that going on the show made her realize that she needs to keep pushing herself when it comes to business.
Open wide, and then she tells them a good job. And as you're...
Ava the Elephant. Entrepreneur Tiffany Crumans had the rare honor of being on the very first episode of this series with her talking medicine dispenser. Getting kids to take their medicine can be incredibly difficult, so it was only a matter of time before someone came up with something to help get those tablets down without a spoonful of sugar. All the male sharks thought the idea was essentially useless, but fellow mom Barbara Corcoran could see that Crumans was sitting on a potential gold mine. She offered out $55,000 for 55% of the company. Crumans didn't hesitate for a second and said yes to the deal. Together, the pair have taken a simple idea and turned it into a multi-million-dollar business. These days, Ava the Talking Elephant is sold in over 10,000 retail stores, including Toys R Us, Safeway, Kroger, and CVS stores. Crumans is also branching out and adding to the range by producing some Ava the Elephant thermometer sticks to help moms out even further. As for the guys that turned the deal down, it's their loss, right? And that wrap up today's video, guys. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time.